divine. You get a dozen for a dime. It's magic. Hey. Well, I'll be damned. Y'all come on in here, man. I'm trying not to laugh, man. Trying not to laugh, man. Y'all bear with me, please. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. To raise that up a little bit. Major Westbrook on display. Major Westbrook on display. He said the story getting crazy. So what's so crazy about it? These niggas in here laughing already, man. Y'all in here kikiing already, huh? Y'all in here kikiing already. I see it. This is gonna be heavy, man. He said it's just funny. What's so funny about it? I get you my art. I send it to your email, my G. My nigga, I appreciate your art, man. That shit dope. I posted it. You sent the dribble guy joint with the boxing gloves. Hey, yo. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. You tune into the dribble. We got some things we got to talk about. Hey, yo. Right in the middle of a tragedy and a catastrophe, Jermaine Champagne, he struck. Jermaine Champagne struck. He struck. Hey, yo, Jermaine Champagne. I told y'all about him. I told y'all about him. Right in the middle of that. He had his eye on that chain all night. Hey, yo, he had his eye on that chain all night. When it started going down, they said he lost his shoe. That nigga secured that chain. I'm telling you. He secured that chain. That nigga scooped that shit in motion. Like when all that shit was going, when that shit hit, he was in reaching distance. 95%, 95%, 90% of the people that come from where I'm come from, they gonna scoop the chain. I'm just gonna keep it funky. He scooped it. He scooped it. This would make it funny though, right? If it was real, we never would have heard nothing else about it. We never would have heard nothing else about it. If it was real, we would have never heard nothing else about it, ever. That motherfucker would have been gone. That motherfucker would have been in Brooklyn in rotation like Tupac shit. That shit would have been in Brooklyn in rotation like Pac shit. Real talk. Y'all follow this platform, y'all already know how they give it up. He one of them niggas. When that shit hit the ground, when he secured it, right? Because you know what a Jesus piece feel like, because he was already eyeing it. He was eyeing it, he had his eye on it all night. Icy joint. And he like, man, this Troy Ave joint, so I know this joint real. I know this. He thought he came up. Jackpot. He thought he came up. Hey, yo. He got the costume jewelry joint. I'm going to explain this to y'all in a minute. He thought he came up. He secured it. He had it in his pocket. Yo. That nigga felt like he hit the lottery. Icy chain. You know it's real. You got it. You got away. It's a tragedy. Somebody got hurt. You know what I mean? So they not going to focus on this shit. I'm home free. I'm home free. I'm home free. Nobody's ever gonna know. Oh, jackpot. That nigga took that shit to get appraised. And they told him it was the Flim Flam joint. He was infuriated. He was infuriated. At that point, he was infuriated, right? Troy Ave outfoxing you niggas. Everybody here know Troy Ave got money for jewelry. Everybody here know that nigga got money for jewelry. He went to that Irving Plaza shit that night, knowing that some bullshit might pop off of any type. And they gonna get the Flim Flam joint. Niggas be doing this shit in entertainment. He put that down on you niggas. It's like a stunt double joint. It's costume jewelry. He not stupid. He not stupid. Hey, yo. He got him with the costume joint. Man cuffed that joint. Thought he hit a lick. Man thought he came up. Man ain't never had no icy pieces like that. Not until he started hanging around Jim Jones and them. Man, them hustle hard joints wasn't shining. Them hustle hard joints wasn't shining. I'm just keeping it real. Them shits wasn't icy all like that. Man, that nigga got that joint, man. He said jackpot. But this is why did he hold on to it for 7 years? Why did he hold on? The Shoeless Bandit. The Shoeless Bandit. Jermaine Champagne. That's your new name, pimp. Hey, man. Jermaine Champagne. You scooped that joint. Hey, man. You got to bid with us. You got to bid with us, man. Come on out and bid with us, man. You thought you came up. The nigga tried to put the jugs down right in the middle of a tragedy. Now listen. He just is on the internet in that car saying that he stayed at Irving Plaza the whole night, even when the police there. Even when the police was there. He said, I was the last person there. I never left. I stayed there the whole night. Didn't he say that? Didn't he say he stayed there the whole night? He had that chain on him the whole night. Man had that chain in the tizzuck the whole night. He had that joint in the tuck the whole night. Jermaine Champagne. That's your new handle, G. He said, you ain't never lied. Yeah, he tucked it. Independent dope in the building. But yeah, I don't know what was his point of producing the chain as if it was an insult to Troy Ave. It was more so a confession of your failed robbery attempt. It was a confession of your failed robbery attempt. That's what it was. That's what it was. Most niggas gonna scoop a chain, right? But under them circumstances, that's a scavenger move. That's a vicious scavenger move. His girl got shot, or the chick that he was with, she got shot that night. In the middle of all of that, you devious motherfucker. That nigga was on that chain, yo. In the middle of all of that chaos, blood, mayhem, that nigga focused in on that chain, secured that joint, and the whole night, held on to it till he got home. I know when he found out that was the Flim Flam joint, man, he was like, fuck. Yeah. So, yeah, in totality, we don't feel that whole chain thing. We don't think that that's damaging at all. My man said dirty, grimy Brooklyn cat. In the middle of all of that, nigga tucked him a chain and shit. Word up. He said he put the chain in his pocket. Yeah, he said, did he say he picked it up? I don't think I didn't watch the remainder of the video and shit. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. But he produced it, and he's had it for 7 years. Who had it for 7 years and it ain't tarnished yet or nothing? Somebody had that joint tucked away until the outcome of the case is over with. He thought he was doing something. Somebody cue up Hater I Won. He said Troy Ave picked up the gun. Maino picked up the chain. Woo! Hit the bell, man, when y'all coming in here. Good morning. It's Saturday. He said, why Gully always hating on Maino? I'm not hating on Jermaine Champagne. I'm just bugging off the fact that he had the chain after 7 years. Why did he hold on to it for 7 years? But the truth of the matter is, he thought he had a lick, man. That nigga had that Jesus piece in his hand. When he put that shit in the tuck, that nigga was holding on to that shit like a cell phone. That nigga was holding on to that Jesus piece like a cell phone. It wasn't no clinking. You wouldn't, no noise, nothing. That nigga had that shit in his hand like this. He said, I'm not gonna lie, pilfered is crazy. Yeah, he produced a pilfered chain. That's a stolen chain, Jermaine. If you knew who it belonged to, if you knew who it belonged to, like, some shit happened. Obviously, you don't fuck with Troy because you said this was Troy Ave's chain and shit. You dig? I don't know if you planned on returning it to him. Probably not. I mean, if you got away with it undetected, what the fuck? Why give it back? At least you're sticking to the rules. At least you're sticking to the rules. At least you're sticking to the rules. Why would you come up here 7 years later? That's a long ass time. I'm pretty sure he's moved residents, you know, probably moved through different cribs and shit within 7 years or some shit like that. He was carrying that shit around. Don't let us find no footage with you with that chain on. The media, a bad motherfucker. A bad motherfucker. Don't let us find no footage with you with that chain on, fam. Straight up. Because we on that now. We gonna get to the bottom of this chain. Because, yeah, we gonna get to the bottom of it. Cause for all we know, Troy Ave can say, man, that wasn't my motherfucking chain. My chain over here. We gonna get to the bottom of this. Yep. How did he know it was fake? Did he have it tested? Did he get an estimate? Yeah. He said, Maino own people got to look at him crazy right now. So fake jewelry and talking big money is cool now and shit. However you want to word it, he's an entertainer. They wear costume, jewelry, and entertainment. They do. Believe that. He said he definitely rocked that chain without the medallion before. We gonna see if you wore that chain. We gonna see if you wore that chain because you kept it for 7 years and shit. Niggas will put a funny chain in. If you see niggas with a bunch of chains on, this especially during the white gold era, niggas that was buying icy pieces. I'll tell you this from experience. This is the truth. If you was buying icy pieces from like Tracks NYC and different people, they would sell you this it was called a Franco, and it's actually stainless steel. And niggas was running around with Francos on, stainless steel, silver Francos, with the icy piece, trying to look like Hove. And everybody know that's the truth. But niggas will have that joint tucked in between a couple of real ones and shit so you wouldn't notice it. Niggas need to stop doing that bullshit. You put that chain on. He put that chain on. He did. Ask niggas that was buying custom pieces about them Francos. It's stainless steel. It's stainless steel. He said, that's a fact. Lying and flying. Yo. We gonna get to the bottom of this shit. Fuck that. He said, not the Francos. Yes. He said, yes, that's the name of it. They still on them websites. Niggas is rotating Francos. I had a few Francos. I got it from the fucking jeweler. Jeweler selling motherfuckers flim flam. Jeweler selling motherfuckers flim flam. You know why? They like, man, listen, you just bought this fucking icy shit, all this icy shit. Nobody's gonna ever suspect you of wearing this bullshit. You want one of these too? Niggas be like, man, let me get that joint, man. Maino acting like he robbed, he a thief, it's a difference. I appreciate your super chat. He said, and the Jesus had to go with it. Yep. This is the truth. We not like fabricating things. He said he robbed a plug. Yeah, he tied his plug up and stole a chain. Hey man, your whole public criminal career is all thefts. All thefts, all sneak thief type shit. All sneak thief. Jay-Z was rapping about niggas like you on the evils. He said he was definitely a robber. I don't dispute that. But this is I know from, experience. Niggas that be robbing and raising hell and shit don't be getting no money. They prey on niggas that's getting money and shit. They don't get no money. So he shouldn't be getting on here saying this about Troy Ave. He said, didn't nobody know this nigga? He wasn't known for like selling no bricks or nothing like that. You wasn't known for getting no money or selling no bricks either. You wasn't known for getting no money or selling no bricks or none of that shit either. Ain't nobody ever came around here saying that you was getting no money. The whole time that you been in this shit, nobody ever said you was getting no money. And the reason why we know you wasn't getting no money, because the way that you act. You act like the help, my nigga. You do. Put this nigga out. Put him out by the door. He said, find a quiet town to tie it down. Yeah, y'all remember that? He don't know nothing about that. He's a sneak thief. I wonder how Troy Ave feels about this situation. He do. He act like the help. He always did. He said, come on, Gully. Troy Ave said on the stand, hey, man, Troy Ave is running laps around these dudes right now. He did. He is. He said, Maino a goofy and exposed himself. Had a chain for 7 years. He said, I've got to be paying for all this promotion. Nah, man. Nah, it ain't like that. I'm just stating the obvious. I have to follow this shit. This is the latest, amongst the latest developments online, right? Right? If we don't know anything by now, Troy Ave strikes us all as strategic, smart, intelligent. Those three adjectives. Those three adjectives have been displayed repeatedly. You feel me? These niggas is hating on this man. They hating. Tax Tone was hating. Maino was hating. And Joe Budden hating. Like he said, these failed rappers, especially these New York niggas. That's what he said. He said it, I didn't. My son, another failed rapper. He talking about all of y'all who ain't got no music boogie no more. Y'all all podcasters and shit like that. And Joe can rap his ass off. He said, where's all the ice with all the platinum other that? Those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the fuck you done to that? He said, Troy Ave told, though. We went through this earlier. The guys who assaulted 6ix9ine got arrested today, right? They're going to be prosecuted. If 6ix9ine tell on those guys, is he a snitch? Y'all said no, because it's on camera. Ain't that what y'all said? Y'all said, oh, nah, it's on camera. The camera's telling the story, right? Same thing happened at Irving Plaza. Same thing happened. He said, Maino hating from his man's car, passenger seat. Yeah. What's he gonna do if he pull out the chain in his response? That whole shit was not damaging to him. It was not damaging to him. Because we know he got money to get we know he got money for real jewelry. He tried to use that. He tried to use this jewelry incident to minimize Troy Ave. He tried to use this jewelry incident to minimize Troy Ave, like we didn't see him under pressure. Like we haven't seen him under pressure. This is what he tried to do with this piece of jewelry and shit. He brought the jewelry to us to try to convince us that Troy Ave ain't official. Nigga fought for himself in that motherfucking, in the Irving Plaza, right? Didn't he? Troy Ave got the Tupac storyline right now. The Quad Studio shit. He got the Quad Studio storyline right now, Troy Ave. These niggas all mad. What do you think about the BTB Savage getting killed after the Vlad interview? Anybody that's doing killing, karma spin the block real fast. My man been saying that lately. He said, man, karma spin the block fast. Be careful what you do and how you treat people. Because karma spin the block fast. It could be your day. He said, your homeboy played yourself. He said, they got real Francos. I believe you. Pretty sure they do. But the jewelers was giving out them stainless steel joints. Can't remember whether they charged you for them or they sent it with your piece and shit. Troy Ave took the gun away and used it on the dude he took it from. Troy Ave got shot on Christmas, tax locked up in January. They asked, do you see the man in court today? And he pointed and said, yes, bad work. That's bad work. Are you fucking serious? It's a self-defense situation. Who are you defending yourself against? Who are you defending yourself against? Him right there. That's him right there. What the fuck? Everybody know who he is. He's the fucking, he's the defendant. Everybody know who he is. Y'all need me, y'all acting like me pointing him out, saying that that's him is, what the fuck? It's a self-defense. Who were you in this incident with? The gun. The gun got this nigga. He say it like this, Troy. Say it like this. The DNA that's on the clip, that's who did all of this. He said it's not self-defense. He started it. It was a self-defense strategy in court. Pay attention. He said the homie copped a 14K Franco for 2,500 a couple years ago from Ben Baller. BTB Savage. You talking about you said he killed someone in self-defense. They tried to rob him in his crib. Still got blood on his hands, man. I don't know. You got the right to protect and defend yourself, though. Hey, what you expect to happen to somebody who called himself a savage? In this day and age, us here knowing the energy attached to the word savage and shit. What do you expect from them? What do you expect to become of them? What do you expect to be associated with them? What do you expect to come out their mouth? He said, taxes are losers about to get 30 years. Don't bring guns. Did you see Spliff speaking highly of Meech on Mav Hoffa? He spoke highly of Meech on my shit 3-4 years ago, before Mav Hoffa. I'm not fasting. Some days I am. He said he carried that chain. He carried that chain off. Yeah, he did. He thought he hit a lick. I know he was disappointed when he found out that shit was fake. If it's in fact if it's in fact Troy Ave's chain. He said Maino should have picked up his girl and not the chain. That's where that scavenger come into play at. That's when that scavenger shit come into play. He secured that chain. He didn't give a fuck about nothing there but that fucking chain, man. Like, he don't be getting no money. He don't get no money. Where you gonna get some real ice from? Straight up. If Jim Jones didn't pick him up, he was dead in the water. Yo, Jim extended his shelf life, man, for about maybe like another year or two, man. I'm just keeping it real, man. But just check him out. Jim, them niggas, them dipset niggas, I know that they on high alert now. Now that they know that he pick up chains and steal and shit like that, they ain't gonna have nothing around him of any values. They not. Anything valuable can't be around him. Because he's not gonna give it back. He gonna tuck it. He gonna tuck it. He is. Can't have no valuables around him. Everybody that know about him now, you know what I'm saying? You know. But yeah. He said rappers are doo-doo nowadays. Not the opioid era. Not these guys. These guys is fire. He said, how you know he took it? His character. His character. His character. Yeah. Sneak thief. He said, Gully, you pro Troy Ave. I'm for the truth. I stand for the truth. Or what I believe to be the truth. I'm gonna stand on it and shit. Straight up. But that's the latest blooper. That's his latest blooper. Stealing. Confessing to stealing. If that shit was real, we never would have heard nothing else about it. He's actually complaining. He made that video, he's disappointed. He had plans for that joint. He said, there's a lot of stealing going on in the club. On the same night that your girl gets shot, stealing. Oh, shit. That's what he's doing, stealing, man. I'm telling you, man. You know how niggas is, man. A melee pop off, see some jewels hit the ground. In your mind, in a nigga mind, you already tallying. Can I get to the door? Can I get that and get to the door? Throughout all of this chaos. Maino got that shit. That's what happened. Tucked it. Put it in the tizza. He could have said, yo, damn, man, it's unfortunate. You know, you from Brooklyn, man. We all had a show. We was in the spot chilling. It's unfortunate that this happened, man. You dropped your chain that night, money. You dropped your chain that night, player. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? He could have gave it back to him even if it was fake. Even if it was fake, he could have gave it back to him. Why you didn't get that man his chain back? If you knew who it belonged to and you ain't had no resentment with him or no beef with him or nothing like that, you said that he used to call you on the phone. You said he used to call you on the phone and call you big homie. You said that, right? So your little man dropped his chain and you put it in the tizza. You dirty nigga. You dirty nigga. He used to call you on the phone, fam. And you got his chain, man, and tuck that shit. Boom. Diddy. Let's put the light. Let's shine the light. Let's shine the light on these niggas. Hey, yo. That's crazy. That's crazy. And held it. For 7, almost 8 years. You had that shit for 8 years. You dirty nigga. He said it's ignorant to hold fake chains in a rental. 8 years, that's weird. Like, why did you have it? Why? Why did he have it? He had to been taking care of it. Anybody that's seen them knockoff pieces, they start tarnishing after a while. They start going bad. Like, them shits got a shelf life. They only shine for a certain amount of time. Then they start turning like a copper type hue. You feel me? I've been around the block a long time. I've seen them. Trust me. That shit was, he took care of that shit. He took care of that shit. He said, I don't even have my own jewelry that long. We don't know nobody that's had a chain for 8 years. This nigga is the only motherfucker in the history of this shit that's had a chain for 8 years. This nigga kept up with a chain for 8 years. Scavenger. Cold scavenger. He said, clutching that Fugazi chain for almost 8 years. And if this situation didn't come up, if Troy Ave wasn't popping online, he wouldn't have brought it out. He would still have it. Why? He said, is that evidence? Took something from the crime scene. He said he wore the chain. He definitely wore that chain. He definitely wore that chain. He wore it. Jermaine Champagne. Jermaine Champagne. Yeah, he a scavenger. Scavenger. Never, you would know. We know the rappers that was getting money and shit. We know the rappers that had something going on in the streets before rap. Like, we've heard about it. We've heard about it. Like, we've heard about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did. We heard that Tony Ayo was a hustler. We heard that Cormega was getting big money. We heard Herb McGruff was getting big money. This is what we heard. There's more. We ain't ever heard nothing about this nigga getting no money ever. He said that was Bunky S.A. Chain. He said Brooklyn keeps on taking it. True indeed. True indeed. True indeed. He said he hopped on that joint like a fumble. Tampering with the crime, he gonna get charged. It's over with. The case is over with. He said Maino was a stick-up kid. We believe it. Only desperate niggas take money, yo. I took money. Only when I was, I wasn't in a good space. It's why put yourself in harm's way and shit. Like, when you go to take some money, you put yourself in harm's way. You putting yourself out there on the line and shit. You know what I mean? If you're getting some money, you wouldn't even resort to that and shit. That's some desperate shit. Period. He said, now that they know he pick up change, he be on camera bullying little guys. Troy Ave on camera letting off rounds. Yeah, it's a difference, and that's why I didn't understand a lot of Maino's rant. He kept saying like, yeah, because niggas ain't never been in no gunplay and da-da-da-da-da. He was trying to minimize like Troy Ave just wasn't nothing. Like, he wasn't black, like he don't come from where we come from, nothing. Like, he just tried to downplay all of that. But again, we seen you on camera choking nerds and shit. We seen Troy on camera letting off rounds. So, it's the truth. He found a chain when he went back to get his shoes, allegedly. Who the fuck would go back to a crime scene for some shoes? Who would go back to the crime scene for some shoes? What the fuck kind of sneakers was them? Who the fuck going back to a murder scene for some kicks? Hey, yo, man, your whole style is chump. This whole shit stinks. City Streets, he said, I wouldn't keep my little man chain. I appreciate your super chat. My man said, letting off rounds and then taking a stand. He said, them news jealous. Troy got his own style and confidence. Doing his thing. I believe most people wear fake shoes, clothes, belts, watches, jewelry, everything fake in the club. I don't know about all that, man. I don't know about all that. I know this. comparing a knockoff designer belt and a real designer belt, the knockoff is the better investment. I've bought 3 designer belts in my day, probably 4. All of them like 600 a piece, 550, shit like that. Every last one of them motherfuckers came apart. Bullshit, came apart. One of my homies had a boatload of fucking knockoff belts, man. I said, give me 2 of them. I had one of them fucking knockoff fucking, what was it, a black Louis for maybe like a year or 2. It was durable as a motherfucker. It was durable as hell. But I deserved to wear a knockoff because I bought 3 of them. I bought 3 of them out the store and I got ripped. I got ripped. So it was vendetta. It was get back. They owed me that. They owed me that. Fuck that. They owe me that. Motherfucker told me, man, you could have took that belt buckle back to Louis and they would have gave you another belt. Y'all know them fucking Louis belts come apart. So why the fuck do we got to take this fucking belt buckle back to get another belt? Why is this shit coming apart and it costs $700, $600, $500? Why is this shit coming apart? That don't make no fucking sense. So the knockoff, the counterfeiters are a splinter they're a splinter in the Louis Vuitton Gucci dynasty. So if you want to get back, get you a knockoff and rock out. Not jewelry though. Not jewelry though. Knockoff belts is good money. I'm putting that out there. Knockoff belts is good money, and y'all know it. Hey, yo. Some of y'all take that shit too far. Some of y'all take that shit too far. For real. I seen some shit in Atlanta. I didn't even think that level of knockoff even existed anymore. The good knockoff ain't up north. It's down south. I said, God damn, they got, whoo. I believe it's too hot. The knockoff game up north is too hot. Got a stigma attached to it probably. But in Atlanta, anybody that you see in Atlanta with designer on, if you don't see them buy it with your own eyes, that shit might come out of one of them shopping centers, one of them fucking old supermarkets and shit. I seen it with my eye. It was jaw dropping. I was like, what the fuck? If this is up north, these niggas would have been raided. My man said, I'm old school. I'm looking for lottos. I got a pair. He said he held on to a prehistoric chain. He said, $500 Rolex, my brother. Them niggas is wearing fake Rolexes, too. That's where that shit be at. Old supermarkets and shit, full of knockoff shit. Don't get caught in there. Anyway, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I just wanted to point out The Confession of Theft by Jermaine Champagne. Another one of his hits. This is one of Jermaine's greatest hits. He said, what does that say about him? Just a bum nigga. Just a bum nigga. Just a bum. He's just a bum. Just off-brand nigga, man. Like, just he violent and shit. You know what I mean? People try to overlook niggas this violent. They overlook their flaws and all the weird shit that they do. But that's normally the reason why they violent and shit. Because they be psychologically fucked up and shit. So that's why they be doing all types of weird predatory shit. Like, when we be growing up in the, you know, in our environments, we be amongst some dangerous motherfuckers as kids and shit. Like, we be amongst some dangerous, damaged motherfuckers as kids. To like, this motherfucker didn't start being a killer. This motherfucker was a killer when we was kids. He just didn't execute it. But the behaviors was there the whole time. Like, we grew up around some motherfuckers that was off the chain. It just wasn't diagnosed. The niggas we went to the pool with, the niggas always fighting and shit like that. Niggas shot out, man. The motherfucker just ain't, you know, you don't know what the fuck going on, especially if you ain't in school with them and shit. He said some of them don't really be violent for real, just mad at the world and angry. Anyway, I'm up out of here. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notification. Keep your hands on your own property, man. Stop stealing around here, man. Get your dribble right. I'm out.